What is going on, guys? Happy Monday. Hope you survived the weekend. This is Krabs with your guy Degen, taking you through Monday same game parlay presented by Betfred Sportsbook. Degen, how we doing? You survived the weekend.
Doing well. I survived, yes. As I was telling you, bloody 1 p.m., better 4 p.m.
Okay.
How about you?
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That's
I ended up barely up a unit yesterday.
Okay.
Maybe up a little bit less than a unit, but you know what? Any day in the green is a good day. You're not going to hear any complaints from me. Never thought I'd say this, but shout out the Cowboys for coming through last night and putting that absolute spanking down for Sunday Night Football. That was electric.
Yes, it was.
Freest bet ever. But we've got some work to do.
Yep.
Thought we hit one last week. I thought we hit one last week, chat. I'm not going to lie. Really thought we hit it. I think we only missed by one on our 5-piece SGP. We crafted up, and it was Najee Harris receiving yards, and it only missed because he got hurt and left the game really early. So We're on the right track. We're not here to make excuses. We're here to bounce back and give you guys a winner because we were close to tasting victory last week. We've got about 20 minutes here. Degen, we might as well hop in, man, and cut the shit and dive in, see what we can come up with. Can you see the screen? Are you able to see the options here?
Are you sharing it? I don't see it right now. Oh, I see it now. There it is.
We're up now. Bada bing, bada boom.
Well,
what are we thinking about game? Why don't we start simple? Why don't we start at the beginning here, Degen? Who's winning this damn football game?
You know, it's tough. Obviously, you can't really tell because my name's in it. I am a BUCS fan. I'm rocking my gear today. And I can't stand the Saints. I know it's weird. Like the rivalries in the NFC South aren't really anything like, it's not like the Steelers, Ravens, or Browns or whatever. But there are teams that I can't stand, and the Saints being one of them. So I'm passionate. I'm up. I'm awake for this game. I think the BUCS are going to be too. And I think that's the best way to lean into these props and in these parlays, kind of like what we did with the Steelers and the Colts. What do we think the game script's going to be? Let's start there. What do we think about the line? What do we think about the total? I already off the bat, you look at it, I think it opened 6. The BUCS were 6-point favorites. Now it's down to 3. So, we bet the same way. We look at these line moves. It looks like Tom Brady primetime at home is going to be public, especially because the Saints just got shut out. But we got to keep in mind the BUCS are really bad. They just lost to the Browns. So I don't really know how trendy the BUCS actually are tonight. And you know what this is giving me? This is giving me the Bills-Patriots vibes. The Bills opening 5.5, money hitting the Patriots down to 3.5 because the Bills had the flu. Well, that was the rumor. They didn't play like they had the flu. I think something's going on here where this just too many points, but it's almost maybe too many points. And I feel like it's a little trappy for the sharps and people with money. So I'm leaning now buying low on the BUCS at home. I'm seeing it at 3. I don't like betting against the line move. So right off the bat, I like the BUCS in this spot. And I think I like some points. I know unders have been cashing. Primetime unders have been cashing. But I feel like we get points in this one. I think the total's 40 up to 41.5. I haven't really looked at the tickets or splits, but I'm curious to hear what you think and if we're aligned or if we disagree on this.
So as usual, yes, aligned on the BUCS. I think the Saints are fake sharp. Now, I'm not going to go around here and say I'm absolutely hammering the BUCS today because, generally 9 times out of 10, I'd be betting the Saints in this spot. But I'm with you. I think the public have given up on the BUCS and Tom Brady, who up to this point have a losing record. I think Andy Dalton being plugged into this offense has kind of provided at least a little bit of new life. I know they're coming off getting shut out. I get it. But that's to the 49ers defense, who hasn't given up points in the second half. I know they might have given up a couple points to the Dolphins there, but before then, they hadn't given up any points in the second half of the football game in the last 3 weeks. So that defense is nasty. We know that. This BUCS defense, also pretty nasty, and should get better every week as people continue to get healthier and come back. So their defense needs to lock in like they do when they're a championship caliber team with Tom Brady here. That's how this team has to win now. They really do. And I'm cool with it. I like their defense. I think this team wins. I'm cool with taking the ML here, Degen. Yep. Definitely not taking the spread the way the line's moving because, like I already said, it goes against everything we stand for.
Yep.
Taking a spread here for the BUCS. But I think the Saints are fake sharp. We're going to find out tonight. There's only one way to find out, and you got to bet to win. So I'm with you right here on the BUCS. This is going to be a 1-unit play. For me, I'll probably be on the BUCS ML for units, not sneaking anything, not going any heavier, because at the end of the day, there's more money on the Bucs and the line's moving towards the Saints. But I agree with you. I do think it's fake sharp. Now the total I'm a little 50-50 on because yes, we saw the primetime unders were absolutely smacking early on in the season. And then we saw the primetime overs start to hit recently a little bit. So I'm kind of neutral on that. And I just feel like this game kind of screams defense, in my opinion. And the splits are not terrible. It's pretty much 50-50 on the total. So we might need to dive into that more, or maybe we just stick with props to pair here with the Bucs. But I think we can both agree here. We can go ahead and select this button here on the Buccaneers ML.
I can't agree. Yeah, and I don't have a strong lean to the total, so I'm good. I think the last week we did the alt total right for under 45.5 or something like that.
Yeah,
and then we took the Steelers 3.5. Yeah, I'm fine leaving that out entirely in this go around. The one thing somebody did mention to me is I think that the Bucs point total or team total is kind of interesting. Does Betfred have team totals up there?
As a matter of fact, they do.
Curious to see what
right
it's.
Here. Well, they don't put the odds up for these, so we have to look. We have to look. They'll all be different. It's like a little mini game inside of a game. But let me pull it up real quick so we know which one is pretty much neutral here. It should be 21.5 or 22.5. So somewhere along the lines of here is where it should be for the Bucs TT. What were you thinking of?
Well, I'm thinking over.
Okay.
I'm leaning Bucs get some points. I think the Saints will probably get 1 or 2 touchdowns, I'm sure. And one player that I think we should target might even be the Swiss Army knife, Taysom Hill, because the Saints they're a dead team. They got nothing to lose. I think they're going to pull some stuff out of their hat, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, why not? I don't know if they're officially eliminated from playoffs because the division is so bad. But given that they just put up a goose egg and now they're on prime time, they're still sticking with Andy Dalton. God knows why. I don't know if Jameis is hurt or not, but they're going to do something interesting. And I saw in Prize Picks that Taysom Hill has half a completion box up. And I think he's only hit this once in his last 4 games, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think you're correct.
Yeah. So I was thinking about maybe getting down with little Taysom Hill, and and I thought Brady's passing yards seemed a little high too. They were at 265.5.
So yes, more than willing to put some of those things in. Let's start with the TT.
Okay.
You want to buy it down? You want to go like 19.5 here and hope 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals puts us over it, just in case there's any bullshit?
I love that.
Okay.
I do.
Let's go with that. The Taysom Hill thing, I love the Taysom Hill angle. I was hoping you'd bring it up. I have him starting in my DFS lineup this week, actually. Juwan Johnson's out for the Saints. And I know that Taysom Hill has not really been taking that many snaps at tight end, less than 40%. He's been more like a runner and playing QB. And I'm super down to take that completions prop if they have it up. We're going to have to do some digging for sure. And I like the TB passing yards. I like the TB passing touchdowns prop. So either of those I'm totally cool with. If you like the TB12 passing yards prop better than the over 1.5 touchdowns thrown, I'm super down to put that in. I think the offense is going to only come from one side, really. But I do think the Saints, after getting shut out last week, are going to try some new things. And with their season kind of, on the line / dead already, they're going to look to, get Taysom out there because we already know what we've got with Andy Dalton, right?
Yeah. I for some reason, I think the Saints are actually going to do a pretty good job of stopping the run. I think this game's going to be going to fall into Tom's hands. And I don't like playing the due theory, and I'm not going to say, oh, we're due for a Brady, a prime Brady performance, like we really haven't gotten in quite a while. I'm not going to go that far with it, but I do think he's coming out of this game throwing 2 touchdowns. So I think his line's 1.5. I think the yards are there. Mike Evans, by the way, who hasn't been doing that great, his line I'm seeing is 60.5 receiving yards, which is suspiciously high. And again, it's because he hasn't hit that in his last 3 games are 31, 54, and 40. And the Saints defense, as we know, they have the Bucs number. So for the books to put him at that high of a number, I think is kind of telling. I don't know if Lattimore is playing or not. I don't know if you're up to date on that injury news. I know that's going to be kind of important to the passing game for the Bucs, but and maybe also the over. If he's not in there, because I don't know if
he's playing.
He's playing.
Yep.
You know what, Krabs? That also could maybe have something to do with people hitting the Saints at 6. It's a big player.
That definitely does. That's definitely some good news.
I'm not saying he impacts the spread 3 points by any means. That's only a quarterback would do that.
Gives the people a reason to take the shittier team. Gives the people to take a public dog.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Gives the people a reason to take the points and fade Tom Brady. Right. Yep. I don't hate it one bit.
So I guess what I'm saying is I want to attack the Bucs passing game in terms of props and parlay. I don't really care to look at any rushing props quite that much. So I don't know if you're on board with that. I'm good with either yards or passing TDs for Tom, and I do like maybe Evans receiving yards.
Okay. Always down to take Evans receiving yards against Marshawn and fade that narrative.
Okay.
Always down to fade that narrative. I'm trying to figure out what would be a weirder prop to take. Tom over passing tutties, which he's hit in the last 2 weeks, or his passing yards, which he hasn't hit in the last 2 weeks, and it's set a little bit higher. Maybe that one. Probably.
I think it's yards. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd have to imagine that jump there. So it's 25-yard increments. 255 plus seems pretty safe. But
his prop is 265.5.
Right. So 280 is going to make the parlay payout a bit juicier.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So what do we want to do? Do we want to go safe, or do we want to juice it up a bit?
I think we want to juice it.
All right, let's juice it.
I think we juice it.
I think
we go 280 pace.
Let's do it.
Boom. And I'm super down to take. Maybe we don't juice Mike Evans because he's going against one of the best corners in the country. Maybe we play that one safe and hope that somebody breaks off a fat run for Tom and he hits that alt line. I think we go. Let me figure out what his prop is at real quick.
It's 60.5 on Prize Picks. So we either we take a step back.
We go 55.
Sure.
We go 55 plus.
Sure.
55 plus there. Okay. We've got some plays. Here. Let's see. What else? Taysom Hill.
Yeah, let's focus on the Saints. I've got 2 leans. So I told you one. I told you one with Taysom. The other guy, this makes a lot more sense now that you mentioned Juwan Johnson's out, but I saw his line was 20.5 receiving yards, and he had only hit that once in his last 5 games. So I thought that was oddly high, but I'll correct myself there because it makes a lot more sense. But at the end of the day, I could see him having a pretty good game. So I don't mind still including Troutman in there in some way, shape, or form. I think Olave is someone I'm not really interested in targeting.
I want to fade Olave.
I'm so glad you
I've
said
seen
that.
him in every single freaking boost. But I know we can't take unders in here yet. That's coming.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's something to keep in our back pocket.
Okay.
We've got to put together something to root for fun and root for offense here. Okay. I think we do. Also, I think we could probably put in Tom Brady 1+ tutty here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. One will be a push.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or no, 1+ would hit for this.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Got it.
Yep. I think we put that in there too. And I'd be down to put in. Looks like they only have Taysom rush yards. They don't have a pass for him.
Got it. Okay.
I'm not opposed to taking something Troutman. I don't think, from what I've been reading up on, I don't think that our guy Taysom is going to be taking any snaps really, in tight end away from Troutman, from what I've been seeing. And I think that's why his yardage obviously got bumped up. I think he's going to be a part of this offense for sure.
I do too.
And if we can't fade Olave, might as well try to pick somebody we think is going to have a decent day for them and go with that.
I like what this guy Brandon Mason just said in the comments. Jarvis Landry under most popular bet on BetMGM. And honestly, Krabs, not even in the sense of being contrarian and fading the public here. I just think that's the best way to fade Olave. If we don't
take the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. Then it's prime time. He's a rookie. Everybody loves him. And we just saw, the people at the top of the offensive rookie of the year board, I don't know. I'm paying attention because I bought into Garrett Wilson a week or two ago. But Kenneth Walker just put up a dud. He's going to fall a little bit. And Olave is the second best odds. I think he was plus 350. So everybody's going to be all over him. And it sounds like nobody really cares for Landry. I guess that's a way we could fade Olave. We could take his over yards, which I believe is 39.5. Oh, yeah. Did he say 39.5? No. Prize Picks has it at 39.5. 36.5. Sorry.
36.5. And he hasn't hit that number in 4 of his last 5 games.
Nope.
And he only cleared it by, the hook in that one that did. So
wow.
I'm super down to take that.
Wow. Yep.
Super down to take Jarvis Landry. What do we want to take? 35 plus?
Well,
you want to juice it up more?
I kind of want to juice it up more. Not too much. But even even 40. Yeah, I think 40 is good. I think 40 is good.
Go up the next tier. Why not us?
He ends at 39. I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, well, we charge that to the game if we do. Okay. All right, what else we got up here? I'm with you. Let's not target rushing. It looks like there's a problem updating our bets. Okay, let's try this again with Tom Brady's passing yards. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's not going to let us take that with Landry, but let's see. Let's see what works.
No Brady with Landry?
Or sorry, Brady with Evans. Brady with Evans.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to let us do that.
Okay. Well,
so would you rather take Evans or would you rather take Brady? I think I'd rather take Brady. I don't know, because the narrative of Marshawn Lattimore always strapping up Evans.
This is tough right now because I think Evans is going to go off, but I also like the Bucs to win. And I think if they win, it's because Brady is passing the ball.
But we already have Brady for a touchdown pass, so we could diversify.
True. We could diversify our portfolio
and go with our guy, Mike Evans.
I like it.
Have a day.
I like it.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, we've got a plus 5 hundo play here. We've got Bucks ML. We've got the Bucks team total over. We've got, and that's over 19.5 alt. We've got Mike Evans, 55 plus receiving yards. I love that. 5 is my lucky number. We have Tom Brady throwing at least a touchdown pass. And we've got Jarvis Landry, the guy nobody's talking about, the guy nobody wants, the sleeper, plus 40 yards at least. Okay. He's going to get 50. All right. That's going to soar over. Give me the plus 5 hundo parlay. I don't hate this one bit. Degen. Are we missing anything? I kind of like the 5 piece.
I do too.
I don't mind the 5 pace. Making sure we didn't miss anything here.
I feel like 5 might be our spot. We came really close in injury away. We had 4 or 5 last week. I think if it wasn't for Harris going down, he was going to be a key part of that offense and probably hit. I'm not looking in the mirror, but I'm giving a reason for we found success. I think let's stick with 5.
Let's stick with the game plan.
And is there, if there's anything that we want to swap, but I got to tell you, I like all our spots there.
I think this is smacking.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think this is smacking. If you guys want to tail this and take this parlay plus, go over to Betfred and tail this. Once again, we've got Bucks ML. We've got the alt team total over for the Bucks, over 19.5. We've got Mike Evans over 55 receiving yards. We've got Tom Brady to throw at least a tutty. And we've got Jarvis Landry to get at least 40 passing yards. Let's hope for points, especially from the Bucks. Degen, happy Monday, my man. Let's attack the slate today. Let's enjoy Monday Night Football. And as always, we'll be back here next Monday. Let's be 1-1. I want to be 1-1 after our first 2 shows. Okay? And I like our chances, Degen.
I do too.
I like our chances.
Love
all right? Chat, appreciate it. We'll see you next Monday. All right? Good luck on your bets tonight. We'll be seeing. Peace.
Peace.